Hey, what's up? This is Christine from Freedom Physio. Thank you so much for pressing the play button. For today, again, you're just going to need your TheraBand for Resistance is Futile. We're going to be focusing quite heavily on the glutes today, and we're going to be doing quite a lot of side lying. Sometimes it's quite nice to have a pillow to put your hips onto if you've got a really thin mat and you're on a super hard surface. So if that feels like it might be something that you'd like to have in your life, go and grab your pillow, grab your TheraBand, and I will see you on the mat in a second. We can get straight into we're going to turn ourselves into a late Christmas present. I want you to take your TheraBand and you're going to wrap it around your thighs. So this is where we kind of create a little bit of a, I guess, a restriction over our legs. You're going to wrap your TheraBand around the top of your thighs, above the knee joints, quite tight, okay? So the tighter you go, the more resistance you're going to create for yourself. One knot and then a bow, like shoelaces, should do you just fine. There's Kathy. Okay, so one knot and a bow. If you feel like you need to adjust the tightness or anything like that, then obviously just take a break, adjust your tightness, and then come back in. All right, so Kathy, welcome. We've just turned ourselves into an early morning Christmas present. You're going to take your band, wrap it around your thighs, one knot and a bow, and then we're going to lie down on our back with our feet parallel hip width distance. Yeah. Knees pointing straight up towards the ceiling, hands relax alongside your body. All right, guys, so the band is going to provide you feedback as to where your legs like to go when you come into your bridge. I want you to make sure you can always feel the band around the outside of your thighs. You're going to take an inhale at the bottom of your movement. And as you exhale, we're going to come straight up into a bridge position. So you're going to tuck your pelvis under, pick it up into your bridge. At the top of your bridge, make sure that you don't lose big toe contact on the floor. So press down the inside edges of your feet, and then you're going to slowly peel your spine down one vertebra at a time. And I want you to go for about 8 of these, warming up through the spine and warming up through the backs of your legs. Okay? So at your own pace with your breath, let's go for 8 bridges coming up, and then slowly working your way down. I'm just going to make sure that everybody's in. All right, looking good. That's it. So as you come up, you almost want to think about your rib cage dropping down. Welcome, Melissa. Here we are. Okay, so just for those of you that have just joined, take your band, wrap it around your thighs. You're turning yourself into a little present. One knot and then a bow. Lie on your back, feet parallel hip width distance, and we're going for about 8 bridges. The guys have probably done about 6 already. And what we're focusing on especially is that when we come up to the top of our bridge, you've still got big toe contact, and you're noticing how much your thighs want to press into that band. Okay? Good job. Good job. Go for 4 more. So we are tucking the pelvis under. As the pelvis lifts, think about the rib cage moving almost in the opposite direction, back into the floor behind you. And then 1 vertebra at a time, slow domino effect through the spine on the way down. You've probably got about 3 to 4 more. Looking good, everyone. And slowly down. Last 2, try your best to really connect to your bum at the top of your bridge. So you're opening up the front of your hips towards the ceiling. really exposing the front of the pelvis to the sky. All right, guys, so on this next bridge up, can you hold your position at the top? So you're going to take it up and hold it at the top of your movement. Stay lifted and just practice relaxing into the shoulders for me. And we're going to take 4 big deep breaths. I want you to feel the inside edges of your feet, the pinky toe edges of your feet, and make sure for me that those thighs are parallel. On every exhale, feel the rib cage relax down. So we're literally holding a bridge and breathing here. Take 2 more breaths for me. Just going to make sure we're all muted. And last breath. Slowly make your way back down to the ground. All right, so watch what I'm about to do next. I'm going to take myself up into a bridge position. I'm going to make sure I've still got all 10 toes on the mat. I'm going to pull the band apart. But as I pull the band apart, my bum has 2 choices. I can let it sink, or I can try and lift it higher while still keeping the ribs down. That's what I'm going to ask you to do. We're going to pull the band apart, picking our bum up higher, keeping the tailbone long. Bring the knees together and then lower down. Let's go. So we pick up the pelvis, lift. There's a burning flame underneath your booty. Don't let it bite you as you pull those knees apart. Keep your tailbone really long, and then bring the knees back to parallel, and then slowly make your way down. Keep on going and lift. Tailbone long, pelvis stays lifted, open the knees wide. Bring them back to parallel. Slowly take it down. I'm going to add a little bit more onto the sequence. We're going to take it up into the bridge. We're going to pull the knees apart. Keep your bum high. Stay up in your bridge as you bring the thighs back to parallel. Hold the bridge. See if you can lift your left leg off of the mat. Reach it long. Open the left leg out to the left into the resistance of the band. Bring it back to center. Take the left foot down. Same thing on the other side. Reach your right leg long. Keep your left butt cheek strong. Open the right leg out to the right into resistance. Bring it back. Right foot down. Lower down. That's the sequence, okay? So we pick it up into the bridge. Burning flame underneath your booty. Pull the knees apart. Keep that tailbone long. Bring the thighs back to parallel. Hold. See if you can lift the left leg. Reach it long. Open into resistance. Bring it back. Take the foot down. Right leg, lift. Reach. Open into resistance. Bring it back. Right foot down. Lower the hips. Keep going at your own pace now, okay? So we're lifting, bridge it up. Stay at the top. Tailbone stays long. Open the knees wide. Bring the thighs back to parallel. Reach the left leg long. Open into resistance. Keep the pelvis nice and steady for me. Bring it back. Left foot down. Right leg lifts. Reach it long. Open out to the right. Bring it back. Take the foot down. Lower the pelvis. 2 more rounds. Okay, and lift. If you start to feel your lower back, take a break. Reset. We're up in the bridge. Knees go wide. Bring it back. Left leg long. Open out to the side. Bring it back. Take it down. Right leg lifts. Reach it long. Open to the right. Bring it back. Right foot down. Come down out of the bridge. Last time. Pick it up. I hope you're feeling your bum. Open the knees east and west. Keep the pelvis lifted, but ribs stay down. Knees back to parallel. Left leg lifts long. Reach, reach, reach. Open to the left. Bring it back. Left foot down. Right leg reach. Open to the right. Bring it back. Take it down and lower your bum down. Well done. Hug the knees into the chest. Just take a little rock from side to side. Well done. So we're going to come back to that in a second, but I want to add in one more element. Okay, you're probably like, oh no, my bum. Today's focus is your bum, by the way. So from here, I want you to take your legs into a tabletop position, ideally in a neutral spine. If you find neutral really tough, you're going to imprint just a little bit. Okay, so legs into your tabletop position. Draw your belly button back into the floor so it's coming in towards your spine. All right, right knee is going to stay dead stable. Pull your left thigh out into the resistance of the band and then slowly bring it back. So don't let the band like whip your leg back, slowly back. And then right knee opens out to the right and then bring it back. So I would suggest an inhale to prepare, an exhale to move into the resistance, an inhale to hold, and an exhale to bring it back. So generally you inhale and then you exhale into the move. So keep on alternating from side to side. Let's go for about 6 more here. So this movement might seem quite simple, but what I really want you guys to focus on is the stability of the rest of your body. Okay, so it's tempting to focus on the thing or the limb that's moving, but try and focus on the non-moving parts. Okay, so your spinal positioning, positioning of the opposite knee, positioning of your ribs, your shoulders, and the back of your neck. Last 2. It's looking good. And last 1. Very nice. Bring it back. Very nice. See if you can hold those legs in tabletop. Take your hands behind your head and your elbows into your peripheral vision. If you need a break, you take it. Okay? Inhale at the bottom for me. As you exhale, come up into your crunch. So ideally in our crunch, our shoulder blades are lifted off of the ground. And again, guys, you're going to do the same movement that you've literally just been doing. Pull one knee out to the side. Bring it back. Opposite knee out to the side. Bring it back. Look at your belly button. That's kind of where your gaze is going to be at. And I want you to literally visualize yourself balancing a cup of tea on that belly button. You're so stable in that area. Try for about 5 more. Shoulder blades off of the mat if you can. Yes, nice. Good, 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 Claire. And 3. And in. Draw the belly into the spine. 2. And absolute last one before you put those feet down. And lower. Amazing job. Well done. All right, let's take our hands alongside our body again. We're coming back into a bridge interval. Yay. This bridge interval is going to look slightly different, but I'll just show you one. We're going to come up into the bridge. Same thing. I want to make sure that my big toes are on the mat, okay? Because I don't want too much external rotation. From here, we're going to now pull one knee in towards our body. So you're resisting hip flexion. Take it down. Other knee in. Take it down. And then lower to the ground. Okay, let's go. When you're ready, feet parallel, and we tuck and lift on an exhale. Bring it up. Really lift the pelvis high. And then exactly, lift in, pull into the resistance of the band, slowly lower it down. Okay, pull in, slowly lower it down, and then lower pelvis down. Good, that looks really nice. Keep on going. I just want to take a look at you. Pick it up. Good, and almost like a little march at the top. Bring it in. Good. As you lift one foot, focus on the foot that is still on the ground. All 5 toes, yeah, on the ground. All right, one more before I add a teensy weensy bit on. Good. The next time your bum touches the ground, just take a moment to see what I'm adding on here. The bum touches the ground. I'm going to lift my legs into tabletop, and I'm going to do a single leg stretch movement. So one leg extends out, other leg extends out. I'm going to bring it back, slowly float my feet to the floor, and come up into the bridge and march. Okay? So it's a bridge with a march, as you've been doing. Lower the pelvis, legs to tabletop, single leg stretch, bam, bam, legs float back down, try and control that, and then tuck and back up into your bridge. It's quite a fluid movement here. Nice, you'll start to feel those legs really fatigue in maybe a strange way. Nice. Good. If you want that little bit more, when you come into your single leg stretch, you could add flexion. So you could take your hands behind your head, come up into flexion, and then float the hands down alongside you for the bridge. You'll probably find the band is going to scrumple up. Just, it's one of those things. Going for 4. Keep on moving if you can. Yes. Keep the ribs down. Tailbone stays really long. So when you touch the ground from that bridge, you're ready to pick the legs straight up for the single leg stretch. Last time, take it down. Good. And absolute last time, single leg stretch. Bam. Bam. Well done. Take it down and just let those legs relax. So I don't know about you, but I've got like quite a fatigued feeling around the legs. That's great. So, last little bit of work here. We're going to take our hands behind our head, elbows into our peripheral vision again. So at the bottom, you're going to take an inhale. As you exhale, come up into flexion. Flexion is always optional, okay? If you don't like flexion, you can always keep the head on the ground, all right? You're going to take your legs into tabletop position. And again, come into that single leg stretch movement for me. So it's an exhale to reach a leg long, an inhale to bring it back in. An exhale to reach, an inhale back in. Lower back is staying super steady. And you can do this with your head on the ground if you need that. Now, if you want a little bit more, if you want to challenge yourself here, see if you can go for your double leg extension and then bring it back in. So 2 legs shoot out long. If you've got the double leg, maybe you can hold, pull into the resistance of the band, so legs open out and in, and then bring it back. Good. If you feel like you need it, when the knees come back in, you could always lower your head down, take a moment, and then come back up again. Yeah. Okay, pick your poison now for 8 more. If you're doing single leg stretch, that's 8 on each leg. Ha 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 ha. Yes, whatever you choose, don't fret about how low those legs go. Think about your lower back positioning being number 1 priority. 4 to go. That's it. Last 3. Almost there. Nice. Keep it going. 2. Yep. Last 1 and take it down. Well done. Okay, take a few seconds, and if you're like me, my band is literally turned into like a one tiny little rope. So I'm just going to lengthen it out again because you're going to keep it there for a little longer. So if you'd like to do the same, use this time. Okay, from here, we're going to be lying on our side. So if you want to mirror me, that's totally cool. Let me just get my microphone out the way. So we're lying on our side. If you're mirroring me, you're going to have your left leg up at the top, okay? So this is where you might like to have your pillow underneath that bottom hip, just for comfort, all right? Lengthen through the tailbone and draw your belly in and up on the side here. Now you know the house for the church mouse, that little space underneath your side body. Don't kill the mouse, okay? You know Speedy Gonzalez, thing that he always runs into when he's running away from the cat. That's what you're creating with the bottom side of your body, all right? Top hand is just stabilizing you, and the top leg internally rotates. So my pinky toe is pointing up towards the sky, okay? And we're going to lift and lower, kind of simple, okay? Lift and lower. Now, if you can, take your top hand and just wrap it underneath that little house for the church mouse and make sure that you're not squishing down on that space as your leg lifts, right? That's the tug of war within you. So lift the leg, but maintain your torso positioning. 9. Good. I think I literally just went from like 5 to 9 in my counting. Yeah, I can't say anything more about that. 5 to go. And 4. And 3. Don't kill the mouse. 2. Okay, now last one, try and hold it at the top. Keep your internal rotation. So pinky toe is slicing up to the sky, and you're going to draw a teensy circle backwards. Teensy circle backwards. 10, 9, 8. Keep it small. Lower belly in and up, ribs down. Keep going. 4, 3, 2. We're going to reverse it and don't kill the mouse. 8, 7, 6. This is so burny. 5. Keep your internal rotation. 4, 3, 2, 1. Well done. Take that top knee, put it down on the ground in front of the bottom leg. Okay, false sense of security here right now. So what you're going to do now is focus on the bottom leg. Okay, the inner thigh of the bottom leg is what we're targeting. So what you're going to try and do is you're going to lift up that bottom leg and think about the heel going back. So I've got the wall behind me. I want my heel to go back towards the wall. So it's a diagonal up and back. Diagonal up and back into the resistance of the band. Good. Yeah, that looks great. So what you want to watch for here is lower back and rib flare. Okay, so keep the ribs and pelvic connection. This is nice and strong. Maybe 8 to go. 7. Looking good. What helps me with this is the idea of length through the leg. So it's not a lift or a simple lift. Lift and lengthen. Last. 3. We're going to hold at the end, yeah? 2. Last one, lift and hold. Stay up there. Your heel is going to draw a circle backwards. Backwards. So it's lengthening and circling for 8. 7, lower belly in and up. Close those ribs. 6, don't kill the mouse. 5, lots to think about here. 4, 3, 2, and we reverse. 8, 7, keep lengthening out of that heel. Heel is lengthening towards the wall behind you. 4, 3, 2, 1, and release. Great job. Okay, now slide your top leg back over the bottom one again. All right, and you're going to try, this is a bit of a strange one. I call it a side body balance. We're going to try and target the oblique, so the ab muscles on the top side here. So what I'm going to do is I'm going to literally roll onto my bottom hip, and I'm going to lift my knees up off of the ground like this. My hand is supporting me at the moment, but I could easily take that hand away from the ground and the bottom hand away from the ground as well. So the only things that are in contact with the mat really now is that right side of my body. Okay? And then I want to see if you can imagine that you were running on the moon. Okay? I promise you this is not just like America's Funniest Home Videos. If you could add in, reach the arms long back behind you and bring them back. Reach, bring them back. Reach, bring them back. Crazy move. Reach, yeah. And you'll be wobbling all over the place in terms of balance. That's good. Try for 5, 4, good. 3, door belly in, 2, and 1. Amazing. And take it back. So good. Well done. Let's literally just repeat that whole sequence on the other side. So the nice thing now is that you get to massage that bottom hip that just got burnt to shreds. Okay, same thing. Don't kill the mouse. Lift your side body away from the floor. Right? And we lengthen through the legs. Top leg internally rotates, so the pinky is going to lead the movement. Up and down. Yes, looking good. Up and down. So just watch for me that you're not letting your kneecap kind of lead the way up towards the sky. Because look how much higher I can lift my leg if I externally rotate. If I keep my internal rotation, my glute's going to block me. Don't kill the mouse. 6. Looking great. 5. Close the ribs. 4. And 3. Pinky slicing up. 2. Last one we hold at the top. Don't kill the mouse. Teeny tiny circles. Teeny tiny. Yes, looking good. Again, this is one of those movements where it's not about the circle, it's about how stable the rest of you stays. 5. 4, lower belly, feel the abs. You should feel your abdominals stabilize you here. 2, 1, reverse. 8. Oof, 7. 6. So these are your gluteus medius muscles, super important for pelvic stability. 3, 2, 1, lower the top leg in front of the bottom. Okay, so you're nice and relaxed. Try not to let yourself roll too far forward. So you're still literally parallel, perpendicular to the ceiling. All right? Don't kill the mouse. Lift your waist away from the floor. Close the ribs. Soften that top shoulder and lift up and back. So this is the inner thigh one. You might need that pillow underneath the hip if you're feeling that intense, it's your greater trochanter digging into the ground. So lengthen and lift. Heel is reaching towards that back wall. Amazing. As you lift, think about closing the ribs, drawing belly in. And 5. Good job. And 4. Remember, we hold at the end. 3. And 2. Okay, last one, lift and hold. And before you do anything else, lengthen. So someone's just pulled your leg down the way towards that pot plant area. But lift, don't kill the mouse, and close the ribs. Soften the shoulder, and we're gonna circle. Yes, 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 yes. Good. Imagine there was a bucket of water balanced on that foot that you were circling. 5, 4, 3. Turn your big toe up towards the sky. So you don't want the sole of the foot reaching up. Big toe. 2, 1, and we reverse. 8, 7, oh, 6. Close the ribs, don't kill the mouse. 5, soften the shoulder. 4, 3, 2, 1, and take it down. Really good job. Slide that bottom leg in. Okay, this is the weird side body balance thing. Okay, so usually I'd like to lift the knees and roll onto that bottom hip. Take the hands away from the ground. Ideally that bottom elbow is lifted off of the floor as well, but you could keep it there if you needed it. Okay, so find it and then start to ride an imaginary bicycle in the sky. E.T. going home. Alright, now if you've got it, keeping the ribs closed, reach and bring it back. Reach, bring it back. So on the reach, try and exhale. Yes, you guys look awesome. Can we go for 6? 5. Targeting that top oblique. 4. Whoop, almost came down. 3. 2. And 1. Amazing. Roll back onto your side. Great job. Okay, guys, so just come into seated for a second. And you're going to literally just take this complex of the band to the ankles, okay? I'm just going to pop my microphone back on here. Okay, so this next bit, we're still going to be focusing on the glutes. It might be a bit fiddly with the band, so just take your time. If you need to adjust it, just adjust it as needed. But we're going to come onto all fours. Cool. All right. So once I'm on all fours, you might feel like you need a pillow underneath your knees because we're going to rock onto the kneecap. So that can be really uncomfortable for a lot of people. So if you want to grab a pillow, pop underneath your knees or double up your mat, then you do that. Okay? I'll give you a couple seconds. So we've worked all of our external rotators in our hip. So now we're going to try and target our internal rotator muscles of our hip. So you're going to lift your feet up off of the ground, okay? And once you've got that, lengthen through the tail. Draw the lower belly in and up, okay? So your spine is in neutral. And then you're going to try and pull your feet away from one another. You're going to hold that contraction for 5 seconds. 5, 4, 3, 2, 1, and then you slowly return. Don't let the band just kind of shoot you back. Slowly return. Good. And then pull, hold. 5, 4, lower belly in and up. 3, lower back long. 2, 1, slowly return. Good. We're going to try for about 8 more of these. Pull, hold. 5, 4, 3, 2, 1. Slowly return and pull. Hold. Lower belly in and up. 5, 4, 3. Don't let those heads hang. 2, 1. Nice correction all around. Bring it back and pull. Hold. Lower belly in. 5, 4, 3, 2, 1. Slowly in. You got 3 more. Pull. Hold. 5, 4, 3, 2, 1. Slowly release. Last 2 and pull. Hold. 5, 4. Lower belly. 3, 2, 1. Slowly in. Last time. Pull. Hold. Lengthen the tail. 5, 4, 3, 2, 1. Slowly release. Bring the big toes to touch. Open the knees wide and sit your bum back into a shell. Great job, everyone. that is probably the least trained range of motion in our hips, and it's the first range that we lose. So in physio, if we suspect osteoarthritis in the hip, we'd be looking at that range of motion. It's quite an interesting one, actually. So it's a good one to train. Okay, so we're going to come back up onto all fours here, and this is where it can get a little bit fiddly with the band. So I want the band to be over the soles of my feet. You kind of see there, like that. So just try and get that to happen. And my left foot is going to be pinning down. I'm going to lift my right leg up, and I'm going to try and pull back into the resistance of the band. Yeah, exactly. Slowly bring it back in. Now, we didn't really talk about setup here. So when you pull back into the band, watch for the lower back dip situation. Okay? There's a fire underneath your tummy. Slowly move the leg. Keep your lower back long. Extend. And then now, if you have knee trouble, if your knees don't like this, there's quite a lot of resistance on the hamstring. If your knees don't like this, you can do this without the band, if you prefer. But otherwise, we are going for 6. And in. Good. And 5. Pull back. I'm glad to see it seems to be working for most of you. And in. And 4. As you pull, draw the belly in, push the floor away. And 2. You know I love a hold, so that last one we're going to hold, my friends. Try and dig deep for it. Push, hold. Good. Squeeze the muscles at the front of that right leg and see if you can draw a little circle for me into that resistance of the band. 8. 7. Your hamstring should be on fire. 6. Turn the big toe of that right foot up towards the sky. 5. 4. 3. 2. Work hard for that reversal and draw belly in, ribs in, lower back long. 5. Push the floor away. 4. 3. You can do it. 2. 1. Take it down. Take a shell. Come off of the wrists for a moment. Guys, that is no joke. Well done. That is not easy. The reason why I want us to do this stuff is because we tend to have, globally, we tend to have weaker hamstrings than quads. So we've got to get them strong. All right. Straight on to the other side. All right. Hands under the shoulders, knees underneath the hips, burning flame underneath your lower belly. Okay. Pin it down through the right foot and just navigate that hip extension and knee extension on the left. Slowly bring it back. If your knee doesn't like this, get rid of the band. Yeah? Slowly back in. And push, extend. The whole back of the left leg should be lighting up. And pull. One thing I notice about the hamstrings when we train them is they feel, it's quite a yuck feeling when they contract. That's just how they feel, at least in my body. 4. Keep pushing the floor away. 3. As you extend into resistance, lower belly draws in and up. 2. Okay, guys, dig deep for the holdy circly bit. Extend. Belly in, ribs in, lower back long and circle. Keep it tiny. 8, 7, 6, 5, 4. Squeeze the muscles at the front of that left leg. 2, 1. Reverse. Dig deep. 8. Push the floor away. 7, 6. Keep the pinky toe of your right foot on the mat if you can. 4, 3, 2, 1, and take it down. Open the knees. Shell stretch. Well done. Whew. Whew, whew, whew. Okay, in shell, what I quite like, especially if you've had the arms pushing the floor away for ages, is to reach back and hold the heels of your feet, just to let the arms relax a bit. It's also a really great opportunity to feel the breath fill your entire torso and belly, and a great opportunity to allow the lower back to lengthen and relax. So as you breathe here in your shell stretch, feel your tummy expand on your inner thighs. Target that inhalation all the way down into the lower abdominals. Target your breath down into your lower back. Try and relax into your shoulders. Taking 3 more breaths here in your shell. Last 2 breaths. Well done. Slowly bring yourself up, and we're going to get rid of the band from our feet and just briefly come into a seated position without the band. So if you guys, most of you are coming to John's class on a Thursday, so we're just going to use his, well, it's not his, but something that he used last week Thursday in terms of hip mobility. We're literally just going to let the knees windscreen wipe from side to side. No problem, Kathy. Take care. So windscreen wiping from side to side. Just kind of lubricating into that range of motion that we've been working this morning. 7, 6, and 5, and 4, and 3, and 2. Nice. Last one. Good. Bring it back to center. Briefly come into your 90-90. So left shin out in front, right shin back behind. Lengthen up through the crown of your head, and we're going to melt forward. I'll move myself back so you can see me a bit better. So we're literally melting over that front thigh. This can be quite intense, so if you're literally up here and you're feeling a deep stretch, that's perfect. You know, it's not about finding this position necessarily. Taking 2 more breaths here. Slowly bring yourself up, and we're going to take it literally straight on over to the other side. Nice and fluid. I'm quite a lot tighter on this side, so for me it might look a little bit different here. So again, we're going to lengthen up through the crown of our head, and we're going to hinge over the front leg. You want to feel a stretch in the outer thigh or the glute of your front leg. And try and just relax into it as much as you feel able for. Breathing for 3 more breaths. Just finding that center, that calm before you go about the rest of your day. Last 2 breaths. And final 1. Slowly bring yourself up. And my friends, you are done, 100% done. So thank you so much for joining, and I'd love to know how you guys got on.